Once upon a time, there was a king and a queen. They were spending their life happily and peacefully. They loved each other. The queen was kind and lovely. She only had a wish for a child but did not have one. One day, they were blessed with a child and she named her Snow White because she was very white. But after giving birth, she got sick, and one day she died and left Snow White alone. They were very sad. Soon after, the king married a new woman who was beautiful, but as well proud and cruel. She had studied dark magic and owned a magic mirror, of which she would daily ask, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" Each time the question was asked, the mirror would give the same answer, "Thou, O Queen, art the fairest of all." This pleased the queen greatly, as she knew that her magical mirror could speak nothing but the truth. One morning, when the queen asked Mirror, "Mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" she was shocked when it answered, "You, my queen, are fair. It is true, but Snow White is even fairer than you." The queen flew into a jealous rage and ordered her huntsman to take Snow White into the woods to be killed. She demanded that the huntsman return with Snow White's heart as proof. The poor huntsman took Snow White into the forest, but found himself unable to kill the girl. Instead, he let her go and brought the queen the heart of a wild boar. He said to Snow White, "Run far away from here, otherwise she will kill you." Snow White was now all alone in the great forest, and she didn't know what to do. The trees seemed to whisper to each other, scaring Snow White, who began to run. She ran over sharp stones and through thorns. She ran as far as her feet. Suddenly she saw a house. She went into it. Inside the house, everything was small but tidy. There was a little table with a tidy with tablecloth and seven little plates. Against the wall, there were seven little beds, all in a row and covered with quills. Because she was so hungry, Snow White ate. She lay down on one of the little beds and fell fast asleep. After dark, the owners of the house returned home. They were the seven dwarfs who mined for gold in the mountain. As soon as they arrived home, they saw that someone had been there, for not everything was in the same order as they had left it. The first one said, "Who's lying on my bed?" They were very curious about the girl. They said, "Oh, she's a girl." Suddenly, Snow White woke up. Snow White said, "Oh, sorry, I went into your house." She was frightened, but they were friendly and asked, "What is your name?" "My name is Snow White," she answered. "How did you find your way to our house?" The dwarfs asked further. Then she told them that her stepmother had tried to kill her. One of the dwarfs said that, "Oh, stay in the house. We are going somewhere." On the other hand, Queen again asked the mirror, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who in this land is fairest of all?" It answered, "You, my queen, are fair, but Snow White is fairer than all." She was very angry. She went to the snow dwarf's house with some apples. She asked to eat an apple to Snow White. She dressed up differently. No one can recognize the queen. Snow White ate an apple and fell down because it was full of poison. When the dwarfs came, they said, "Oh, what happened with her?" They checked and they said that she had died. She arranged the coffin to her. They said, "We cannot bury her in the black earth." And they had a transparent glass coffin so she could be seen from all sides. One day, a prince came there and saw the Snow White. Soon as he touched Snow White woke up. He was very happy because Snow White is looking like a princess. Snow White was very frightened, but the prince said joyfully, "Don't worry, you are with me." He told her what had happened and then said, "I love you more than anything else in the world. Come with me to my father's castle. You shall become my wife." Snow White loved him and she went with him. Their wedding was planned with great splendor and majesty, and they lived happily ever after. Thank you, friends. Subscribe my channel for more interesting videos.